it a minute here, see about people coming in. How is everybody? Thanks for being here. Man, it seems no matter what, I always like run out of time. It's like, oh my gosh, the last 20, 30 minutes flying by. You know, one of those things. How are you guys? Cheers. This is my very fancy drink and my very fancy reused pasta jar thing. I swear I don't even like see the labels anymore. I just love glass and I love big jars, and this is what I drink out of. This is my cocktail, my lemonade and grape juice mix that I drink. I love it. So good. I do love juice. I'm a beverage person. Like I'll have like 3 or 4 beverages going at once. Right now it's just the one. Let's see, what do we have here? Very well, thank you. Doing all right. Just so excited. Oh, very cool. All righty. Okay, so maybe people will come in a little bit. Hopefully we're showing up across the board. I would hope so. I got some Oracle out here. I think we're just going to work from this group instead of all of them, but I did want to make sure that I have all of the books for these. Oh, there was that other, oh, here it is, right in front of my face. You know, I do that all the time. I'll look for stuff. I'll be like, where is it? Where is it? And it's like literally like, I'm like, oh, there it is, right in front of my face. So we have two different decks here. We have the what is this? We have the Starseed Oracle, the Mystical Shaman Oracle, the Mermaids, Sacred Geometry Dragons, the Wild Wisdom of the Fairies. Yeah, of the Fairy Oracle. So and then, oh yeah, the Hidden Worlds. I just want to make sure I have the books that I want here. Mystical Journey, Magic of the Unicorn. Do I have the unicorns here? Where are the unicorns? Yeah, the unicorns. And then my Crystal Medicine Oracle, which is these round cards. I think we'll leave the others out of the mix. So we'll just, this is a lot though. These, and then I also have Moonology over here as well. So we have quite a few decks here. Did everybody read the, everybody, there's 2 of you here right now. Everybody? Is it all 2 of you? Know what we're doing here? Do you have any questions? Or you know what? I'll just review. How's that? I love reading Oracle for people. It's one of my favorite things to do. I really enjoy it. It keeps my wheels greased psychically. And I really love, oh, I've got to check in here on Rumble and YouTube. Sorry. Let's see here. Let's do that. I forgot. There we go. Wait, is that it? Yeah. Let's see here. Yes, here we go. Hello. Rumble and YouTube. Hello. Sorry, I always like. I love reading Oracle. Let's pause that so we don't hear that. Okay. And there we go. So anyway, I really enjoy reading Oracle. And when we were here for the full moon a few days ago, like 3 days ago, 3 or 4 days ago, I read a couple of I did a couple of oracle readings, and one of them turned into a little bit of mediumship. Not a whole lot, but it was brief, but it was definitely there. And that was the first time I've really done that. I was just kind of guided because it came through, and I was like, okay, do I go with this? And everybody said yes, and I said okay. And then I checked in with his name was Shane, and you can watch that if you haven't watched that on here on Fireside, YouTube, and Rumble. It was from the full moon. So anyhow, and I think that's about 45, 50 minutes in to the show. And then we had, I did 2 oracle readings, and then after an energy update, and then the spirit walk, the full moon spirit walk. So anyhow, and I was thinking about that afterwards, and I was thinking, I really enjoyed how that could just, because, like flow into like this is coming through too, instead of like it being like, it just kind of happened, I guess is the best way to put it. And I just kept thinking about it, and and actually on that day, I would have liked to have kept doing oracle readings, but I had already been on for 2.5 hours or something like that, maybe more, and then, or right about that, and then we still had to do the spirit walk. So that was I was like, well, I'm not going to do another reading. I'll definitely lose people who want to join me for the spirit walk. So I cut that short at just the 2. But these readings can be, 20, even 30 minutes long, just depending on what comes through and what the person, everything. And I don't like cutting things off until we're done, because then it's like an itch I can't scratch. I feel like yeah, I just can't do like, oh, these are just going to be 10 minutes, because yeah, I just can't do that. I wish I had that skill to keep it nice and short like that, but once it starts coming through and everything just starts leading into the other thing, it's like you got to finish your plate kind of thing. So, anyway, we decided to do this for today. I was like, oh, let's do that on Saturday. That would be fun to get together, to have a gathering here of people who want to connect, want to receive from their spirit guides, want to get a message and a reading. And it's open to mediumship. It's open to me feeling into your body energetically, and whatever it is that needs to be said, you need to hear, on every level that I work, which is all the levels, you will get that information, which is pretty awesome. It a private reading is a whole kind of different thing that I would do with anybody. It just does. I mean, for as deep as we get, it is kind of more superficial, and there's certain things that I know that is just can only come through in a certain way, because it is not a private situation. So the way I get things is for a public forum. So if you're at all interested in a private reading with me, private work with me, that's a whole other level, but you'll see just how deep this gets, and the information that I can connect to and I can give you without knowing like really anything about you in most cases. So, but not all the time, because I do get my clients in here and stuff, and I'll read for them. But even if I do know people intimately and do readings for them, it's that's a whole different thing. So anyhow, so let's see here. All right, still we have Georgia and Dawn, and so let me see if there's any. Gosh, this thing. Hey there, Amy. Welcome. I think we're gonna have a bit of a slow start. It's kind of a weird time of day, but it's not there we go. Okay, yeah. See, like I wish there was a way to like clear, like when I've already seen things, because it keeps a bubble up until you put a new emoji. So it just keeps showing me the same thing. But anyhow, um, we are just getting underway here. Let me have some more juice. If anybody has any questions, hopefully everybody's read the description and understands what this is about. This is, I consider, a sacred space, a place to receive information. Knowledge is power, maximizing your power, helping you understand where it is, or whatever it is you need to know about your life. It could be validation, it could be helping to answer questions, it could be how to move forward. We always give advice with these readings as well. So a lot to get into with each of you. Anybody who does not want a reading, please put an X into the chat, so I know that. That is in the description. I'm not sure how well that's going to work, but I just figure that's an easy way to take yourself out of the mix. If you're just here to watch, please also be, hopefully the people who are, everybody's here, you're either by yourself or with other people that are watching this and connected to this. I am only going to be taking readings from Fireside. So those of you on YouTube or Rumble, if you could please log into to Fireside, and then you will need to be able to turn on your camera to join me on camera for the reading. Otherwise, you're, like I said before, you're welcome to observe. This is a divine sacred space where we're calling in our guides and our guardians to assist us in receiving information that's going to help you on your journey. Things you need to know, things they want you to know, but also pay attention. Pay close attention to other people's readings as well. Things will always come through that can resonate with you, or things just may tie in together in really interesting ways. You never know. That sort of thing. So I'm going to check in here, see if anybody's put an X. Okay, I don't see any X's, so it looks like everybody's open to receive a reading here. Let's see. Let's start with Georgia. Georgia, I'm going to invite you to share your video. Invite to video. Georgia is in Hawaii. Hi, Georgia.
Hi. Can you see me?
No.
Am I doing something wrong?
I don't know. Hold on. Let me do this again. Invite to video. Maybe you should get a thing that pops up that says you've been invited to video. And then just, there you go.
I'm frozen.
No, I see you.
Oh.
You're just really small. Can you turn your phone the other way?
Like
yeah,
this?
There you go. Yes, exactly. Exactly. And for those of you watching, if you click on on the video, it'll get as big as your entire phone, so you don't need to look at, like, the preview is just this tiny little thing. And the same thing goes for you, Georgia. If you click on the videos, it'll open it up nice and big. So your video will be half of it, and mine will be half of it. And for anybody who wants to comment, you hit react, you hit an emoji, and if you want to say something where it says type your message or something like that, down at the bottom, that's where you type your message. And you can get to the text from Q&A there on the right hand side, to see the chat. as we go. So you're welcome to chat. I like this is a space where engagement and interaction is a really good thing. It opens up all the energy, and we're thinking of holding space here for everybody, so we can just have the best experience and receive in a really open way. So Georgia, with that said, how you doing, honey?
I'm okay, thank you. I'm so excited. Like, this is the first time I actually doing this. So, yeah, I am like so
Oh,
excited.
really? Oh, good. I'm so glad you're so excited. So you're in Hawaii, right?
I am. I live on the big
That's
island
awesome.
of Hawaii where we have all the volcanoes erupting or snowing.
Yeah,
So,
that's
yeah.
exciting. Yeah, I've never been to Hawaii. Yeah, not yet. I want to go. I just have a feeling when I go, I'm never gonna want to come back. Like I'm gonna have problems. I'm gonna have issues. I just know it. Like I love it already so much. Like I feel so drawn and so connected to Hawaii. And I've never been, not in this lifetime. And I
Aw.
trust me, I'm like, uh-oh, if when I go, it's gonna be a real problem getting me to come back. But I have all these animals that I take care of, and I can't do that, so it's tricky. But someday soon, I'm gonna go to Hawaii. Have you lived there your whole life?
I did. I was born and raised here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's so fantastic. I love it. Well, do you have any questions for me about doing your what I decided to call full spectrum reading? That's like I was saying before, we're open to every way that I connect or the different abilities that I have, which are a lot.
I'm
I can
open.
do mediumship, medical mediumship, all of
All
the
of the
things.
above.
So it just, all the above, yeah, are on the table. For these readings, I really suggest that we don't ask a specific question, that we just leave it really open. Your guides and guardians know everything about your life. They don't need a specific question to tell you what it is they want you to know. So I'm going to keep that, I'm going to change that up from the way that I've done that in the past. In the past, I had it like, you can ask a specific question or just see what comes. And with these, we talked about it. When I say we talked about it, me and the team, when we talked about it, they said, no, for these, let's not do that. Let's it be completely like a real in a real shamanic circle, or if I'm with as in that type of situation, we're gonna start with what they want you to know, and then questions
Understandable.
can come from there. It's not that you can't ask questions, it's just to initiate it, that sort of thing.
Got it.
So we're gonna start by taking a couple deep breaths. Everybody who's here, take a couple deep in your space. If you're great, Georgia, if you have crystals, you can hold your crystals. Whatever is going to help you feel nice and grounded and uh, centered, relaxed. So you just want to get relaxed here, opening up to our guides and guardians to come in, ancestors, all spirit guides, all soul family. That includes animal companions. This includes your any spirit animals, all the different layers and dimensions upon Gaia and otherwise. This includes our solar system and beyond, all our galactic brothers and sisters, the fae, the dragon, the mer, the unicorn, the elements themselves, all plants and plant medicine. And may we all be open to receive, and thank everybody for coming and being here with us today. And if we can just envision a beautiful white golden glow of energy coming in from right above us, opening up, like turning on like a big shower head and just letting that energy come down right above us and take over our entire space all the way around us. So like water coming down, just a lot of just beautiful infinite love light energy infused in water coming down all around us. Is the most magical, beautiful, loving, healing, unifying energy that's coming down and creating a pool around us, and it can just continue to go and fill up our space as we move forward. But try to check in with that, you know, in the back of your mind, or for those of you that are just observing, to just kind of let that fill up around you. This will help clear the energy field of any thought forms or energy forms that can be distracting. Okay, there we go. That felt good. How do you feel, Georgia?
I feel goosebumps.
Yeah, that felt really good. That felt really, really good. I love that. Yeah, I was like, ooh, that felt nice. Good. I hope everybody enjoyed that and feels really good with that. And like I said earlier, just kind of let it just, it's just a nice, steady stream that's going to continue and just fill up, you know, just fill up and pool around you and get on in everything. It's going to help clear the energy field, keeping it nice and pristine in here, real safe, sacred space of positive light and energy for us to heal, connect, be supported, be in alignment, yada, yada, woo, woo, woo. Okay. Okay, so let's see here. I got a lot of decks, like I said, so many that they're like off in this corner that I can't even see them, so that's not going to work. Let me move them up here. Okay, that's better. Oh, they're all so charged right now. It is hard to tell them apart, to be honest. So give me a second. This tends to happen. They start like, oh, I'm totally vibrating at this point. It's like it's rushing through. So, oh well, it's kind of a
I'm ready.
gimme. Once it hit, I was like, oh. Once it hit, it was like, well, duh. We have the mermaids.
Oh. Hmm.
The mermaids. Yes, it was very kind of matter of fact. Like, oh, there we go with the mermaids. You know, you do live on an island in the middle of the sea. There's a lot of this energy. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle here. How do you feel about mermaids, Georgia?
I love it. Actually, they're very cute, and we actually have in Oahu. They have like this mermaid place where you can go and bring your children or grandchildren, and I'm into mermaids. That is
Yeah,
so cool.
yeah, that's kind of why it was like, duh. Of course, the mermaid one.
And
Once it hit,
yeah, and I love the water.
yeah, it's been,
And
yeah, 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 yeah. It's all very good for you here with this one. So this will be good. I need to do some shuffling. I'm going to do some saging as well to really get them nice and clear. Yeah, isn't there a place? I don't know what island, but isn't there a place where it's kind of like a sacred mermaid pool kind of place? Is that what you were talking about, where
yes,
you can like go and make wishes,
yes,
and are there signs there aren't there signs there that say like don't take anything from here, like you can't take
yeah.
anything?
So
Yeah.
anybody watching that comes to Hawaii, just do not take lava rocks home.
Yeah, was that it? Was it the lava rocks that you're not supposed? Yeah, because it was very. I remember somebody told me about this.
Yeah.
Somebody told me about this, and
They
well, full
return a lot.
disclosure.
They
What?
returned a lot. Like I worked at a hotel before I got injured. But anyway, we used to have a lot of tourists that returned the rocks, saying, like they apologize and they had so
Oh, because
much
they.
not good things happen. So yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The person who was telling me about it, they told me about it because they took rock and things were not good, and
Yeah.
they always thought like I think everything started to go bad after I took this from there, and
Yes.
they were like, what do you think? And I go, I think you fucked up big time. That's what I think. I think you really messed up, man. That's
They
what I
did.
think. I think you got to get on the plane and get back to Hawaii and put that rock back. I go, do you still have it? They go, yeah. I go, you got to get on it. And it had
Uh,
been like 10 years. I'm like, how much shit do you need to go through to know that you did something really not good?
they
I'm like,
mail it back.
holy sh-.
They
Yeah,
mail
well,
it
that
back.
was, yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's another thing. Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
I was just like, oh my God, like, why would you do that? But they're like the exact kind of person they would do that, something like that. Like, seriously? I don't know. I guess you needed to figure that one out, but yeah, so there's like, you don't mess with stuff like that. You just don't mess with that
No.
stuff. Yeah. That's, you have to
Very.
respect sacred spaces. Sacred spaces
Yeah.
are like, you mess with somebody's sacred space, and that's not edgy at all. So yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay, I think we're gonna be good to go here. I'm just gonna do a little bit more shuffling. I did all the staging. Whew. Okay, but let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's see for Georgia what we're gonna get. And Georgia, if you can just let's see here. They're showing me a vision of you in the ocean at like sunset when the sun is, still up, still in the sky, but it's just like getting darker and you're just floating on your back
Yes.
in the ocean. Is that one of your
Yes.
favorite things to do?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I not before I used to go every week and that I was off, but now during my injury, so I'll go a little darker because it's like I can't swim anymore. I almost drowned into 2 feet of water.
Oh no. Oh no.
Like who does that?
You need a
That's
floaty.
my therapy.
Yeah, you need a
But
floaty. But yeah, that's what they showed me, a really nice vision of
yeah, I
you
love the water.
just
Oh,
floating. Yeah, yeah. So just have that type of, get that vision in your head of being in that space. One of your meditative spaces is what they're saying. You just, go there to think, to receive, to connect. What a lucky ducky you are. I'm so jealous the more I'm tapping into. I'm like, damn it. That sounds awesome. Okay, it looks awesome. The visions I'm getting, I'm just like, there's this island in the background, and it's all, oh my goodness, it's amazing. All right, let's see what this is. Yearning, longing for someone, undesired separation, pining. Card number 40.
yeah.
So right off
Um,
the bat, how do you feel about this card, Georgia?
that is so true. Um, the yearning for someone is actually my mom.
Mm,
Um,
okay,
she
okay.
passed, and then also my ex-husband, which we're working things out. We're just not quite there yet.
So when you say your ex-husband, you're working things out, did you guys get divorced?
I divorced him.
You divorced him, but you're thinking about reconciling.
Yeah,
Okay, okay. Yeah, this this card shows a lot of, see all the big waves, crashing of waves. She's a mermaid. He's a human. Um, and yeah, it's like they're there together but not together at the same time, you
that's
know?
us.
Yeah. So let's grab the book and dive in. Um, thought I had the book here. Didn't I just go through this whole thing to make sure I had all the books? I thought I did that. Ay, ay, ay. All right. I did inventory, and I was oh no, here. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Here we go. Oracle, seen that pretty?
Oh my.
I know, it's so pretty. Yeah, this is a really awesome deck. This is by
That's
Lucy
nice.
Cavendish. Yeah, I have three of her decks. This is one of them. I think three. One, two, three. Yeah, I think three. But anyway, card number 40. Yeah, because you're the Georgia that sent me a contact form, right?
I'm sorry.
Did you send me a contact form on my website
I
like
did.
yesterday or the day before?
Yes.
Okay, just yeah, yeah, yes, okay, because this, yeah, you talk about this stuff in your.
Yes, I did.
I'm glad you saw me pull that card because you know that wasn't me. That was not because I knew anything. That card just came out. Um, and it is right on. Longing for someone, undesired separation, and pining. So let's read. This is the book, so it's kind of a little bit. So let's get into it. You can always watch the replay again, Georgia, to go over this for yourself, you know, or take notes right now, whatever you want to do. Just take it in, close your eyes, listen to me, however feels good to you. This is card number 40 on page 140 and 141. So I'm sure that that's not by accident, that there's a lot of the one and the four and the one and the zero going on here. Okay. The mermaids sing. So often, we too have yearned for so many people, places, things, experiences that are not to be ours. To be mermaid is to dive in, to immerse, to swim deeply, to not understand what it must be to be so indifferent to life. So, yes, as with the little mermaid of your stories, there have been foolish things done, exchanges made, and pain endured when we have fallen in love with a life or a place that we cannot truly experience in our current form. To be a mermaid is to feel without the judgment and logic you so often apply. We are of water born, and in water, in the psyche, in the emotions, and in love with feeling every aspect of our potential. And sometimes that has brought us pain. And sometimes we know this pining and longing can kill us, and you too, which is why we come to you now. We know you too are feeling this pain, this yearning that is a kind of stretching of the soul till it feels it might break free from you and go in search of what you desire. But we are here to also tell you that the feeling you are experiencing will pass, that you can expect a breakthrough where your capacity to feel and to love and to heal and to adore is growing stronger and stronger. And as you feel this, it is possible you may wonder about your connection to reality and to what you call sanity. Yearning is deep, is painful, is what takes place when two souls who have deeply merged with energy and their fates and their destinies are separated and do not know when they will be together again. It is natural. Creatures of the sea and of the forest do this, and so do you. The pain will pass. And if it is destiny that your yearning will bring you close again, it will be so. We know this feeling. We comfort you. Know its beauty. or no, it not at all. Okay.
Yeah.
And it didn't come out in reverse, so I'm not even going to read that. Um, so, uh, there's a couple things that came through as I was reading that. First off, that's really beautiful. So thank you to the mermaids for that wonderful message. Uh, and it's actually what's interesting is that wow, this is a little complicated, but not really, sort of. Um,
That's my
it's
life.
like life. It's like life, right? Simple, complicated, maybe sort of. I don't know. Like it's all that. Uh, because I'm processing you and your mom and you and your ex-husband at the same time. Because they very much hold the same kind of weight for you.
Yeah.
Very similar there. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like this swirl. It's like a swirly thing going on. But what's interesting is that it's kind of like not kind of, it's more it's the reverse of what you would logically what you're okay, this is making more sense. It's the reverse of what your human side would logically um expect, but on your spiritual, psychic, soul-based side, you know the reality that cannot be seen. This is a very spiritual. You're at a up leveling and a crossroads spiritually, um, and these relationships are the things, the tools that are being used to show you on different levels various things. Is this making sense?
Yes.
Uh-oh,
Yes.
you frozen? You there?
Hi, I can hear you.
Is she frozen for everybody or just me?
Oh no.
Hello, hello.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I don't hear you. Oh, it says poor network quality. There's an issue. Oh, connection issue.
Hello.
Hello, Cynthia. Hopefully you can hear me. Oh, I think I can hear you now. Are you
Can you
back?
hear me?
Okay, I
I'm
can hear you
here.
now. Yeah, but it's okay, but it's
Oh,
saying
okay.
there is an issue. Yeah, it says there's
I
an
was like,
issue.
don't do this to me now.
No, yeah, this is well, it's sometimes I used to have a problem on Instagram all the time. The energy, especially when I did spirit walks, it would drop my lives all the time. So it's pretty intense in here energetically. So sometimes that I haven't had a problem before. That could be it. Because I don't know what else it could be. But let's go back. I think we're okay now. I think there we go. Okay. I think we're you there. Yeah. Okay. So were you able to hear everything that I said?
No,
No.
not at
Okay.
the end. Yeah, no.
Okay. So what I said, what the main point was, is that what I was able to see clearly, it's kind of like it's a little the complicated parts are like with these relationships is you have your logical human side or your human programming and what your habits are, what you're used to thinking and feeling, and how you're used to seeing things. And then we
Yeah.
have your spiritual psychic side that kind of deeply knows the truth of things. That, and you're like
Yes.
at the spiritual crossroads a little bit, and these two relationships are being used like as tools to show you these different things about yourself
Yeah.
and your life and who you are and what you're connected to and who is in your life, who isn't or shouldn't be, or any of and all of these things. um so that, I mean, is that resonate with you?
It does. And you're so right.
Oh,
Because my, how you say this,
there again.
my human side, my mind, or it doesn't jive
Mind.
with what I know that should be what my life should be, or what I want my life to be, if that makes sense.
Well, you just came back. You weren't there for a while.
Uh,
So I didn't hear the first. Yeah, now I'm getting a, oh boy, all sorts of weird things. Poor network quality. Is that talking about my internet or your internet or what? I don't understand. I'm trying to think of, because I can't, like, it's not saying my network is, it's just saying network quality. So I don't know if it's a fireside thing
I don't know. I
or,
don't see anything on my side.
yeah, now, wow. Okay. Now I even had my whole screen was like thinking for the longest time. Okay. Maybe we're back now.
Okay, but yes,
Okay. I think we're back
that
now.
makes sense. I
Okay.
do that a lot in my life. And this is where I always confuse myself. Like, what do you do? It's like, just tell me what to do. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, I can never, like,
Are you Gemini?
Aquarius.
Oh, Aquarius. Okay. And what else? That's your sun sign? Do you know what your rising or your moon sign is?
No, I don't.
You don't? Okay. Do you know what time you were born?
Yeah, around 7:33 p.m.
Okay, then you can get your moon sign and you can get those other sign information. That just have just picked up on. I wonder if Gemini is in your chart. But either way, so let's get to the nitty gritty, my dear. We have this relationship with. Let's start with your mother. Your mother, and really when I'm talking about, like, the logical side and the psychic side, what's, your kind of matrix mind, and then your spiritual mind or your abundance matrix mind. These are two kind of, opposing programming. And 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 the matrix mind is being um reformatted, and it takes time to kind of allow yourself, or to get to a point where that old programming isn't the default anymore. It's the new one that's the default. And this is about your, like, your spiritual connections, your psychic abilities, your ability to connect to, like, nature, and your how empathic you are, and all of these things. That's like difficult to quantify, but you can feel it, that sort of thing. Whereas the human logical mind, the regular matrix program mind, is like, if you can't prove it, it doesn't exist, or it's not real, or, that's just my mind, that's my imagination, that's my wishful thinking, that's just a coincidence, all the things that we say to ourselves. Uh-oh, are you there? Are you
I'm
there?
here.
Oh, okay. Okay,
I
good.
can hear you.
Your video is stuck, but at least you can hear me. Yeah, I don't know what
Oh,
the deal
it's
is
okay.
today.
I can hear you. I
Okay.
can see you.
Okay, good. Okay, so with your mom, uh what I'm getting is that you miss communicating with her, talking to her, having conversations with
I
her.
do.
Yeah. Um,
She was
and
my best friend.
yeah, that's wonderful. I
I'm
love
gonna
that.
cry.
It's okay. You can cry. It's okay. It's emotional because that's what came through is kind of like the conversation stopped. We don't talk like we did anymore, that sort of thing. And um, that is really because you've been so sad. And it's like a catch 22, when you're too sad, your spirit is too heavy, you won't be able to connect to her high frequency. Does that make sense?
Um, yeah,
Yeah, and that's
yeah,
the thing that sucks so bad in these situations for people. It's why I love mediumship so much because I love reconnecting people, and I hope that's what we can do for you and your mom today. Because it's like this weird, twisty, ironic thing. It's like you're so sad because you miss them, and then the more that you're sad because you miss them, the harder it is to connect with them because your
yeah,
frequency is so low and theirs is too high. You have to meet them, and it needs to be seeing your perception of the situation needs to change, needs to shift. And I don't mean to say that in any kind of like it's not okay to miss her or to grieve her or to mourn her, the loss of her, because that's all real. But at the same time, to understand, to really tap in and feel that she's really not gone. She's just transitioned, and you and her can have a relationship like you've never had before. It can be even elevated from what it was. She can still be your best friend that you talk to and you have communication with, and the more you do it, like she's with you all the time, like she's with you. She wants to be with you. She's showing me like I decided before I left that I was going to be with her, eh, you know throughout her life, that I was really not gonna. It's making me emotional. She's like, this is my yeah, that's amazing. Because that's taking on, that's changing, it's evolving your relationship into her being another one of your guardian angels. And not very many people get to have that station. Like your guardian angel's here, your mother is here, kind of thing. And that's not just the way it is or the way it goes. Let's just be clear about that.
yeah.
It's not judgment in one way or the other. I'm just saying this is fact. But she's showing me that's where she's anchored. She's anchored at that position with you, which is very, very powerful. And it's been kind of a vacuum because she's there, but she's not there. And I think your heart space and your psychic awareness versus your human da 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 da, like you've been in a bit of a battle over this. Is that accurate?
Yes,
Yeah, like I think it's
yes,
been like, do I want this to be real or is it real? Am I going nuts? Is she really like all these things and synchronicities or things that you're seeing or whatever's been going on in the environment that she's trying to like send you messages? You're still like trying to, like you're having a hard time accepting what's going on, that that she is there with you. Like I think that
that
you've been afraid
she's, yeah,
to yeah, I think you've been afraid
let go.
yeah, to let go and also accept it, because I think you've been like, oh, what if it's not real, and then all of those things. Well, it's definitely real. She's definitely there. She's very much with you. You just have to say, okay, well, she's no longer in a human body, but her soul, her spirit, our relationship, and everything we experience together in this lifetime is as alive as it's ever been, and it can be built on from this point forward in a really beautiful way. that, and she can help you in ways that is so it's not, I mean, not to say this was better than that, but it's from an elevated state of being that she can connect you from and guide you through, as taking on this like guardian angel position, not just your mother that you will connect so every so often. This is her position,
Right.
is I'm here like a guardian angel, which is 24/7. That's really, really, I mean, she couldn't do that in life, right?
Yeah.
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 So she's happy about it. She's like, I've just been waiting for her to, get through missing me to be with me, kind of thing, and
Yeah.
she really hopes that you can process that, accept that, receive that, and start to just talk to her either out loud or in your head. Either way, she can hear you. Either way, she knows what's going on, and you can talk with her. And the more you do this, the more you're going to know, you're going to feel her communication, talking to you, or sending you visuals and all the different things, the ways that it can come through, and it'll just get stronger and stronger and stronger. And it's a really, really wonderful experience to transition, when someone transitions, to be able to do that. And
Yeah.
especially given who she, where she is with you, that is, big time. That is big time. So do you have any questions or anything about that with your mom?
No, I'm glad I spoke with you. I needed that. Thank you.
No, you're welcome. Well, we're not done yet, because the other relationship is with your ex-husband.
Yeah.
And this one, I guess what's coming up is that, okay, um, without getting too into the weeds about your personal relationship, you
That's
know,
fine. I can take it.
okay, you're so cute. Okay, what's coming through is like the word habit came out. That it's like breaking a habit, even though, and that the issues that were there, and we don't have to get into those, but the issues that were there in the marriage and the reason why you divorced, really nothing's changed there. There's it is what that is what it is, and that's not changing. And and he's not changing, but you're changing.
Yes.
Yeah. And 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 he doesn't want to change.
No, he doesn't even want to have a conversation about it. So it can
Yeah.
never, the door can never close because he don't know how to communicate.
What do you mean the door can never close?
We cannot close. Well, we can never, how you say, move forward because he doesn't like communicating about what happened, of why we divorced, and there's no
Hmm.
closure there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but see, the problem is that there, I mean, that's kind of, but that is the, but that's also the door closing. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? That you
Yeah.
haven't wanted to accept.
Yes.
You want it to go a certain way so you can tie it up or open it up one way or another. And he's like, no, this is it. That's it. Like, I don't have any more than that. And I think your pining, your yearning is that he will change his mind, and that he'll be like, okay, let's get into it. Okay, let's see about, figuring it out. Okay, let's dig really, really deep and find the root cause of why this happened, and da da da.
Yeah.
I'll go there with you, and then it'll get all fixed, and then we could be together, and then it'll be fine. And that's not going to happen.
No, he just wants us. just me to forget it and then we go back and get married again. That's what he wants. And I said, that cannot happen.
Yeah, this both of you are in opposite positions, but both of you are doing it out of habit
Yes.
for
Yeah.
different reasons, but both are habit. And
Yes.
that doesn't spell habit doesn't equal a happy relationship.
Yes.
That just equals a shit ton of frustration, a lot
Yeah.
of frustration, and
A lot of
needs not being met,
stress.
and a lot of stress and needs not being met and not being heard and not being on the same page. And all I see all these different things. And so with that, so like I said, it's in reverse. It's like you're going to be closer to your mother and need to separate from your ex, where the logical person would see that in reverse, but we're not talking,
Ah.
but the reality here, but the reality of the situation is closer to your mother and separating from him. One's in the flesh, one isn't. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. The one is meant to be in your life very strongly. The other one's not meant to be in your life anymore.
Yeah.
And you need to, just let that kind of like understand the word habit. Like that is a really strong, no habit or addiction is centered in love. It's
Yeah.
centered in fear. It's centered in lack, in
Yeah.
making up for something. You know what I mean? And like I said earlier, when it comes to you and your spirituality and you really wanting, like, your life power is getting stronger, even though you've been sad about your mom, even though you went through, um this turmoil with your ex-husband. Your life power, like your connection to, like, the bigger business, has been getting stronger and stronger, right? Like you've been
Yes.
guided to tap into the woo woo business more than ever.
Yeah.
Welcome to the party.
Well,
Welcome to the party.
it's that, I'm so stupid because I knew that it was just to do it. It was like, oh, not again.
I know. Sometimes, when you're in it, it's easy to avoid it or to see it fully, or you could talk yourself out because you're in the center of your own thing, you
Yeah.
know? And sometimes it's an experience like this or somebody saying something that you can kind of see it from a different perspective. And I hope that this helps. I hope that on both sides,
Yeah.
that this will get you across, because it's like you've been like up like a speed bump you can't get over,
Yeah.
because this yearning for your mom and this yearning for your, this fits them both perfectly. This
Yeah.
this yearning energy for both of them, and to be with you in the ways that you want them to be with you, I guess, is the
Yeah.
bottom line. And it's like your mom is with you, just not in the way that you're used to, and not in the way
Yeah.
that, so it's gonna take you evolving and advancing and working with yourself and with her, and having her on the other side, having her literally right here. She's gonna really help guide you spiritually. She's gonna help you, like, she's gonna really help you feel really safe and secure in building um your spiritual side, your psychic abilities, your channeling, your intuition, all that good stuff, and you manifesting and being intentional and making decisions that are going to take you in the highest possible timelines. And you're going to just focus on working with her, because you're so close already. This cord is so strong, and she's with you, and she's assumed this role to be with you as a guardian angel. So by working with her, and it's not going to take too long before we have, kind of the doors blowing open, and you being able to really tap in with a lot more, in, with divine, guides and guardians and all the fun stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because you're gonna work it out with her, so you get really secure in what you're feeling and thinking and seeing and all the things. So you don't doubt yourself like you've been doubting yourself, you know?
Yeah, I was actually blaming myself for all what he has done because of the
Oh,
my
him.
injury that I have. So it's like,
Right.
yeah, and so I was like blaming it on the injury. Well, if I hadn't gotten hurt, then this wouldn't have happened. But in the back of my mind, I knew this happened way before my injury happened. So,
Mm,
uh,
gotcha.
yeah,
Yeah. And it's like I mean, not, it's hard to wrap your head around it, but everything happens for a reason. There's
I
experiences that go
yeah,
on to, sometimes things, really take us down just to show us how strong and how, we can eventually become. And
yeah,
we have to go through that. A lot of it can be physical. Our physical bodies need to go through a lot of turmoil and pain or illness or injury or
yeah,
all of the above to recognize, like, wow, like, look at what I got through and what I learned about myself. And I mean, I have that story, so I
yeah,
really identify with that. And it's not to say, it's fun, but at the end you go, oh, okay, I see, I get it. Sometimes
yeah.
it takes a while just to get there because you're like, well, I just smell shit. It's hard for me not to smell shit. So give me a minute and then I'll start to be grateful for this shitty pile of shit that I've had to live with. And then you go, okay, I get it, like after a while. But
I
it
got
takes some
it.
time, right? It doesn't happen
Yeah,
overnight. Like it takes some
yeah,
time to get to the point where you can, be separated enough from it to see it.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But
Thank
this is going
you.
to empower you as you move forward because you've learned a lot. It'd be really great for you to do, Georgia, is to sit down with yourself, and when it comes to your ex-husband, write down all the lessons that you've learned, not in a sarcastic way, in a real, true, you know what I mean? You could be
Yeah.
a real sarcastic bitch about it. That's all I'm talking about. I mean, in a real cleansing
I don't have
experience.
to write it down. I already know.
Well, I know, but it'll help you to see it. It'll really,
Yeah,
right? I'm really telling you, it'll help you to see it because the list is going to end up being longer than you think.
yeah.
Trust me. And you're
I
going to
got
have
it.
a long list to process. Like, look at all that I've learned. Like, it's going to be a lot. I can see it. It's more than you think. And you need to process that, so it'll help you process that. Lastly, I'm going to say, coming up, I haven't even announced it yet. I talked about a little bit on the full moon,
Uh huh.
but you would be a perfect candidate as you're going through this. Where am I? Who am I? What's going on with my life? Where, all this
Yeah,
stuff that you're asking yourself right now, which is classic spiritual awakening business, to have these people come, people go, people cross over. Change jobs, you change, all these like breakups, makeups, in, out, like these things happen when we're spiritually awakening because your entire world is being adjusted to
yeah,
match where you are and where you're going. And still you're like, what is all this stuff? What does my soul want?
yeah,
What am I supposed to do? Like, I want to do what my soul wants me to do. That's when we feel the best. Like, that's the point. And I'm so passionate about that. And like I said, I talked about it a little bit on the full moon, but I came up with this program. It's my soul quest. It's Infinity Shaman Circle Soul Quest, Soul Connection program. It's a 9-week program, and I'm going to be releasing information about it on Monday, where you can read about it on my website. I'm going to write an article about it. But a quick preview here, for those of you that are here watching in the replay, starting on April 3rd and going through May 29th. It's 9 weeks with an intro week and a wrap up week at the end. So there's 6 weeks. It's a program that you get on my website, that you get uh, kind of like chapter to chapter, working from your spiritual body to your emotional body, your physical body, your uh, your mental body. I'm going out of order. I gotta cheat because my brain is not cooperating. Let me see here. Hold on a second. Want to say it right. Your spiritual body, your mental body, your emotional body, your physical body, your energetic body, and your abundance body. So your 6 bodies, and there's 6 sections, and every week you get a new section of questions and assessments to answer. And I'm going to be live on Fireside. We're going to talk about that previous week, that work, and ask questions and get into it and all of that. And it's going to be, like I said, it's 9 weeks. So
Wow.
I highly suggest you check that out, because that
I
would be
will.
for anything going forward. This is going to be, whether you're meant to work with me in a deep way and in one of my programs, not just you, but to anybody, or this is just for you, like it's a real launching pad. And this will also help you with your, not only what does your soul want, but what's your true identity. Like there's the who that was you, and then there's the real, and not the real, but the new you,
Yeah.
right? Like you've changed, and that's a story for a lot of people that are going through these spiritual awakenings and evolutions and big paradigm shifts in your life, and just kind of connecting to all of this, bigger
Yeah.
spiritual business and soul stuff and all of this stuff. And this is going to be just really, really great for showing you how you've changed, what you need to work on, what you should focus on as you move forward. It really helps you align with your soul and who you are now. And then it'll also help you um, be open to receiving what your spirit name should be, if it should change, or if you not change, but if you should have, if I think most people, as like, I hate to say like everybody should have a spirit name, because if you really don't want to, then you shouldn't. But kind of across the board, like Infinity is my spirit name. That was the name that I connected to, that I was supposed to be really like that was my spirit name.
Oh,
And recently, when it came through, for my other clients too, they've been through, it's like, once you've shifted and changed so much, you really got to start seeing yourself as this different person, because you can't be that person and this new person at the same. You
exactly.
know what I mean? You have to change that mental way of thinking about yourself. Having a spirit name attached to that really helps kind of solidify all of that. So this program gets into all of that good stuff. So yeah, I really think that would be really, really great for you,
I'll be here
to
and
get
waiting.
into. Are we bad with the oh, oh no.
Poor quality. Now I see it. Poor quality. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, hello.
Is she back?
Am I back?
Oh yeah, you're back.
Oh, I was going to send you a message. I heard you.
Yep, I can hear you. I can hear you and see you. And Amy in the chat says, Georgia, stand in your power. And whoop, now it went away.
Oh,
She's wait. I'm gonna be patient. See if it. No. Ay, ay, this thing. What is up with Fireside today? Even like when I press on something, it takes forever. Yeah, I know I'm
I
having
see
technical
it.
issues.
Georgia, stand up in your power and truly know, believe in your soul that you are worthy. Thank you, Amy. That's so sweet.
Yeah, very sweet, Amy. Thank you. Yeah, that's another thing too, is like, I think, what's coming through now is that it's time for you to, another thing that would be really, really great for you to do is cord cutting with your ex-husband. And if you go to my website, there's a PDF that you can download and read. It's free. It's about energy cords and being connected and how to disconnect. And it comes with a free spirit walk for you to do. I really highly suggest that you do that. But anyway, what came through is like that you really need to, like, this like concept of not being connected to your ex, of having space and being alone, like truly just, it's just you without thinking about life with him, and see what that's like, feel what that's like. And there's a lot there to discover for yourself. Oh, this is happening again. Wow.
We're going in and out
Hopefully you
again.
heard me.
I heard
Connection
you.
issues, stand by. Wow. I've never seen this before. I wonder if that's.
I heard you.
You know
Oh,
what I'm gonna do?
no,
I'm
we're
gonna
frozen.
turn off. I have music streaming, and I'm gonna turn off the music. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna try this and see if maybe there's some weird thing going on with the bandwidth. Oh, I'm gonna turn off the TVs that are streaming music. I have skunks fighting on my back porch because they came out early and there was no food out there. Oh god. Okay, let's see this. Yeah, before the next reading, I'm gonna have to go out there and throw some food. But I don't know if that, because I wish that this was more specific. Like, you have an internet issue, or is it Fireside that has an issue? Is it me that has the issue? Like, what's? So I just figured I'm gonna turn off the. I just have like music streaming, so I turned off all of that. Hopefully, oh no, my lights are going nuts. You see that?
It's beautiful.
My lights are, yeah, it's going really fast. Um. So anyway, where was I? The cord cutting, and then oh, just the fact that it's just really good for you to have some space, to start thinking in this new way, like, no, we're not reconciling, it's
Yeah.
over, we can, start letting, really cutting that cord, mentally, energetically. Like I said, I really suggest for you to check out the PDF on cord cutting, and that's something you could do for yourself. It may take a couple times because, like I said, that habit of thinking of him, of considering him, of, you're programmed with him
Yeah.
in mind. So
Yeah.
that is going to take some time, but you'll see after the first time that you do it, after the first time you do this cord cutting, it takes you through the whole process. So I won't get into it here because the PDF, and for anybody that's interested, if you've been through divorce, a separation, even if it's been, years, and you're still wrapped up with people, you're still influenced energetically by somebody that you separated from, you need to cut cords for people that are in your life. If you have relationships in your life, which most people do, you need to reset cords on a regular basis. And lastly, I will say that even when it comes to your mother, it would be fantastic for you to reset cords with her, because your relationship has changed. And we want to start fresh with a fresh cord with her, not this one that's sad with all the 50 years or whatever of this, relationship. You start with a brand new cord. That means resetting with your mother, with, seeing her, connecting, like letting go of her in the physical, to reestablish a relationship with her as one of your guardian angels. That's going to really help you transition from this melancholy grief into, happiness and joy. So
Yeah.
that, I would say, that's my prescription to you for things to do, for things to in the next days or weeks, as soon as you can, get yourself to it. Do you have any questions, my dear?
No, thank you so much. I really
You're so
appreciate
welcome.
all the clarifications that I already knew.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
thank
No,
you
that's good.
and mahalo to all of you.
Mahalo, and thank you so much for being here, Georgia. I'm so glad that we got to chat today about this. I think that you have, without even having to set up a consultation or anything like that. Here we are. We're ahead of the game, and you've got next steps and things to think about. And I really, really think it would be really great for you to do the soul quest with us.
I
Yeah.
will.
So good.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Okay, you're
Aloha.
welcome, Henny. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Aloha to you too. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, let's
I don't know
see
how to
here.
shut mine down.
Oh, I'll send you a
Oh,
thing.
okay.
I just
I'll just stay with you folks and listen.
Yes. I
Can
will
I?
send you a thing. I will do a thing right now. It'll close everything down for you. 1 second. Or 10 seconds.
Or maybe I'll
uh,
shut down and
no, that should do it. There we go. That did it. Okay. Yee. Yeah, awesome. Okay, perfect. I think before I get into the next little bit of business here, I am gonna give some food to the babies outside. I totally forgot to do that earlier, so it'll just take me a minute. I'll be right back. Sit tight, and we'll see if me turning off these TVs has any help whatsoever. Okie dokie. There's two skunks out there scrounging, and I come out, they run away, and then when they hear food, they start running back and then fighting each other because they want to be first. Oh my god, so funny. They crack me up. Well, that was so much fun. Thank you, Georgia, for joining me. Thanks for being here. This was the perfect card. Once again, yearning, really beautiful. Really did help kick this off perfectly. I love that. That is fantastic. Like we say around in these parts quite often, you can't make this shit up. Loves to you too, my dear. Can't wait to connect with you more in the future. That's gonna be fun. You have so much fun, magical experiences coming your way, you and your mother. It's gonna be really, really cool. Really, really cool for you. I'm so, so glad for you. Um, and I think it goes without saying, she had beautiful, loving, obviously, beautiful, loving energy just all about her and with you and everything. So I love that. That was really fun. That was really, really fun. Okay. Uh, next here, how about Amy? Amy, do you want to come up on stage with me and receive a reading? I am going to send you a request if this thing lets me. Fireside is struggling. Struggling. Okay, I think I got it. She's on there. We just have to get you on video. She's on the stage, but oh, now she's on the stage. Let's see. Oh, now she's gone. There she is. Oh my God. The roller coaster of emotions. I think I may have heard you, but I still can't see
I
you.
don't know if you can hear me or not. It just said that my video invite had expired.
Okay, let me send. Okay. Fireside is acting so weird. You would think it was like it kind of is doing what apps do when you have like 30 apps open. You're like, what's wrong with my app or my phone? And you're like, oh, and I don't have any other thing open on my phone, but that's how it's acting. Okay, let's see. I sent another one. Let's see how that works.
Yes,
Yay!
I can see you.
Hi!
Yay.
Hi,
Hi.
Amy. Now I want to see us big. There we go. How are you, sweetheart?
Good. How are you? I'm so excited.
Good.
This is amazing. I can't believe this actually happened.
Oh, good. Well, I'm excited too. It's so good to be with you. Where are you calling in from?
Michigan, outside of Detroit
Michigan.
area. Yep.
How's it going there in Michigan? Have you been hit by this new storm yet?
Yeah, we got hit on Friday, but then today
Okay.
was like nice, so it's pretty much all melted. So
Oh,
it was the same thing
okay.
like last Friday too. We had like 8 inches of snow, then it was like 40, 50 degrees. And we got another like 6 inches of snow, and then we had like 40 something degrees. So, and we had
Oh,
the ice
okay.
storm like the week before that. So
Okay. So nothing up to your head. I'm here in the Santa Bernardino Mountains where we were. I don't know if I think we're still in a state of emergency. I actually think it just went through find like another level or something, or to the federal level, because we got hit with so much snow, so much snow. I'm in the mountains, so yeah, like we normally get like 3, maybe 4, like when it's really intense, and we got like I think close to 7. So we got yeah, it's just really bad in our community here. For 15 days, our road wasn't clear. It was crazy. It was like, yeah, really wild. Really, roofs collapsed, people died, people are, yeah, really intense here. So yeah, another storm rolling in, but I know that it's we have like a 1-2 thing going. We have some melts, but my yard is completely full of snow. It's the weirdest thing ever. Like I have wild animals walking on space that is normally air. You know what I mean? Like it's just like
that I
I'm seeing
do.
the squirrels at 2 feet from my window because they're on snow. It's just like really cool. I'm embracing it. I'm doing my best to embrace it. But anyway, it's really nice to meet you, Amy. Have you been to one of my shows before?
No, I'd always been following it and waiting, and there'd been like a gap, I think, in between since we lasted one.
Yeah.
So that's why I was
Well,
excited.
the last one I did was it Tuesday or Wednesday that was the full moon? I think it was Tuesday, but I can't get it right in my head. Anyway, I did a full moon a couple days ago. But before that, it had been over a month because I took a month hiatus.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's probably what you were experiencing there. But yes, I'm back. Not only am I back, oh, the other announcement, you guys, I'm going to be starting on Monday, the 13th through the 31st, Monday through Friday. So not Saturday and Sunday, unless I'm guided to and I feel like it, then I will. But I'm going to be on here every day at noon Pacific for a general oracle reading and a spirit walk, an astral channeled spirit walk every single day through the end of the month, because we're leading up to that program that I was talking about, the Soul Quest program, and there's just so much going on. The series is already on Fireside. I just haven't put in all the individual shows yet. So if anybody wants to go and take a look at it, it's called INFINITI'S Shaman Circle Daily Spirit. Just so we can maximize this time and really get into working with our bodies, with our guides and guardians, receiving, channeling, whatever. I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about it. I haven't done anything every day for quite some time. And then when we get to the second week, we have the equinox, then the new moon, and then 2 days later we have the 323 galactic portal. So that week is really intense. So I'm still every day at noon for those as well. It's just going to be with a focus on those other things, just trying to keep it really simple for show purposes and people showing up. So anyway, there's going to be a lot of me. There wasn't a whole lot, and now I'm back full force, even more than I was before, but super excited about it. So anyway, let's get into this with you. Do me a favor, Amy, if you could close your eyes and take a deep breath, kind of straighten up your spine. And relax your shoulders and bring your chin up and just really elongate your spine and your throat, and just take a few deep breaths in and out of your nose just to center. And just think about connecting and opening to your heart space. And once again, tapping into that beautiful shower from earlier, this magical water with infinite love light energies coming in all around us, really tapping into that again, washing away densities and any negative energies, and just really glowing up this space. Everybody tapping into that energy, just let it flow, pushing out negative energy, negative any type of entities or forms or anything like that that's in this space, just really lifting the vibration here, opening up the heart space and the mind to receive, and just kind of, I guess, psychically see yourself opening the doors for your guides and guardians, or if you can, see, if you want to see it like your front door of your house, however makes sense to you, to just the act of opening up the doors for them to come in, to sit with us, to be with us, to help guide this reading for you, and for you to receive all that they have to give you. And for everybody else here, just to take in whatever resonates with you, to hold space for Amy while we do this reading. Okay. All right. How you feeling, Amy?
You're good.
Feel good?
Hey, let's
Okay.
do this. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. I'm tingly. I am so tingly. Okay, let me see what deck we're gonna use for you, my dear. Okay, we're gonna go with this one, the Mystical Shaman Oracle. And that book is, I just saw it. It just had it. Where is it? I don't always have to pick the ones where I don't know where the book is. It was, I could have sworn, seriously? Ah, yeah, there you are. Underneath other books. Perfect. I knew I saw it over here. Okay, so that's the book for the Mystical Shaman Oracle. So we're going to do some shuffling here first. Maybe some saging. Well, that didn't take. Okay, yeah, we're going to do some sage. And have you ever had an oracle reading before, Amy?
I have not.
No? Okay, very cool. How about a tarot reading? Anything like that?
Um,
Are you
sort
familiar?
of. I guess not really. Sort of.
Dabbled,
Kind of.
played? Okay,
Yeah. Like,
yeah, that's okay. Just curious. So yeah, or as you saw before, I mean, oracle cards, they can come in so many different themes and connected to so many different types of beings or tools or whatever. The mystical shaman oracle is kind of exactly like what it sounds like. It's a shamanic type oracle, getting into like plant medicine, animal spirit medicine, elements, and stuff like that. And pretty pretty powerful oracle. So my sage doesn't want to stay lit for some reason. It's really annoying. Anyway, here we go. So I just like to sage my cards if they've been sitting or if I'm using them for other readings. Just kind of clear the energy there. Let's do some more shuffling. And maybe it was my connection earlier, because since I shut off the TVs, I think we've been better.
yeah, you've been
I wish
stable.
it. Yeah, I think it would. I would have loved it to be like more like your internet connection is not. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know what it was saying to me. It was very ambiguous as to what exactly the problem was. So I guess it was me having music playing. Whoopsie. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see what comes here. Okay, I'm gonna go with this one here. And it is the corn, card number 10. See, so like I said, very shamanistic, very like Native American, very shamanistic type business here. So let's get into the corn. I've gotten the corn before, but I can't remember exactly what it's about. So wait, what? Oh, 10. 10's this way. Ooh, 10. There we go. Okay, so the corn. We have a big sun in the sky, beautiful, healthy, delicious looking corn. Actually, that looks really good. Okay, so the corn on page 20 and 21. And I need my glasses. Okay. Corn represents the mother of sustenance and tangible abundance. This symbol represents material prosperity in the world of form that provides stability and sustenance to many. There is more than enough. The invitation. You planted a beautiful field of dreams and worked hard. Even in moments when you were losing faith, you continued. Now the spirit of the corn comes to honor this and show you a bountiful harvest. This is the time to reap the rewards of hard work and trust, whether these rewards are financial or the kind of prosperity measured in quality rather than quantity. You are so blessed when this symbol appears. Don't forget to share your good fortune. Um, so the medicine, there's this other section of the medicine, which is kind of like if it comes up in reverse, what that means. But it didn't, but I'm going to read it, and I'm being guided to read it anyway. Beware of shortcuts to your dreams or a fast track being offered to you now. Be especially mindful of your feelings of entitlement or of expectation to get something or nothing. Sorry, to get something for nothing. This is a time for gratitude, perseverance, and humility. Be prepared to work towards your goals and plant the seeds of your intentions consciously and respectfully. Release any insecure thoughts of scarcity, feeling that there is not enough, or worry that someone else could take what is yours. Know that the universe will always provide, but you must be in relationship with it in order to receive. You will reap what you sow. Take heart, even if you didn't plant well and have conjured up the illusion of a drought. There's always a new season to begin again. Okay, so there is a little bit there that definitely applies. Um, but they're showing that you've made some like real, um, I think maybe like relationship or social sacrifices to focus in on something for yourself. Is this right?
Um, yeah, yeah, it is a bit. Like I've had to, um, I don't know, like almost like shield myself from like outside people just because I was absorbing all of their stuff,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and it was almost like I had to put like almost like a bubble, like
Yeah.
kind of around me. Like I needed
Yeah.
um, solitude. Not that I don't love my family or love, like my friends and things like that too. But I've needed to like,
You needed to take care of yourself, but you also needed to take care of business, whatever that means. Like you've had, a to-do list. You've had shit to do, right? Like stuff to get to, like stuff to create, stuff to, like I'm seeing you being very busy, but very like even like you had your hat on earlier, like hat on, working at it, typing, writing, whatever you've been doing is very like I'm in this with me to do, and I've sacrificed being around other people to do this is what I'm getting. And I think because you've learned, I think you still have a lot to figure out when it comes to just how it works for you to be, like you're an empath, you're highly absorbent, energetic.
oh, you froze again. Are you there? I can't
No,
hear
we cracked
you. Oh, you were there for a second.
as soon as
Like your video is still frozen, but I think that like I keep hearing snippets of you talking.
wait for Amy. In the meantime, how
Oh,
about I show you one of my favorite my oh, are you back?
yeah, you were the. I swear you were frozen. So
Yeah, we're both frozen. Okay, I'm not sure who can see what, but I think we're back. You're frozen. Oh, she says I'm frozen. Dawn is giving me the play by play. Hopefully we're back.
I
Let
can
me know if we're back for everybody.
I can see and hear you.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Okay, Dawn is. Oh shit! I need to let. Oh, I've never let my cats in. Crap! Hold on a second. I forgot those little buggers went out. Oh, such a long time ago. They must be freezing. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. Get inside. Seriously? Come on. Come on. Thank you. Bubba. Kitty. Damn it. See, that's why I didn't want to let you out because I knew I'd forget because I didn't want to let you out to begin with. You okay? Hi, little bear. Sorry, guys. Somebody please remind me in like 5 minutes to let my other cat in. Because I don't know if they fought each other or a skunk came up there or what happened, but I was finally reminded that I have cats outside and it's probably getting closer to 35 degrees out, so they need to come in. Okay, so anyway, we're back.
Yep, you're
Yay!
back.
Okay. Okay, awesome. Okay, so where I don't know what you heard of what I said, but basically what I said was is that you've had work to do, you've been in your own little bubble and stuff like that, but that you like you talking about having to put like this, like kind of this shield around you and stuff. That is something that is like, kind of like empath 101, is learning to shield yourself energetically, whether that means separating from people physically, not talking to them too much, or when you go into crowds, when you hang out with your friends and your family, that you have this energetic shield around you. But you are definitely, I mean, it doesn't take a psychic at this point to say you're very, you're an empath, you're very absorbent energetically. I have you ever taken an empath quiz, or are you familiar with that at all?
Yeah, I'm familiar with it. No, I've never taken like uh, a quiz or anything like that. I typically try to, because I always, with say my sister is very empathic. She's very emotional, but I take it on, it goes more into like anxiety is how it manifests like in me. So,
Yeah,
because then if I get emotional, I get sick. So like I
yeah.
can't, like I
It's
might be just
also like
I'm
you're
a full-hearted bitch because I don't want to get sick. So
right. So it's really like, you almost, you, I think the physicality of it is really obvious for you. Like you really feel, you'll feel it, feel like you'll feel heavy physically, your body will hurt, even you'll like feel tightness in your body, like you won't feel good physically, where
yes.
she won't feel good emotionally. But it's still like you're just as much of an empath as she is, maybe even, with, if you, basically, let me get down to the gist of it. When you have the time, go to my website and take the empath quiz, because that will really help define for you where you're at on the empath scale. And I would guess at the lowest that I would imagine, it's a 50, it's up to 51. It's just, it's 51 questions, so it's 1 point for every one. You get a total, but I would be surprised if like your lowest score would be like 38 if you're not like pretty high. Do you end up getting like, do you get a lot of aches and pains in your body? Does your body get painful, or do you get really tired? Like, do you feel it in it physically linger, like that sort of thing?
Yeah, it's just I'm just become like exhausted or in the moment
Right.
it's like headache. It's like I almost feel like there's like just like a download like
Yeah.
happening, and
Yeah.
it just exhausts me. It wipes me out for like a couple days or whatever.
Yes. 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 That's, yeah. Okay. So very much, yeah. So I would just say, please take that quiz. This is besides anything else. Just please take that quiz just to help you understand kind of where you're at with that. And like I was talking to Georgia earlier about cord cutting and cord resetting, please take a read at that PDF, because as a highly in like, open and connected, like you're talking about, energetic empath that you are, you're running and connected and hosting more chords coming to you. And that's basically like having, instead of just one phone line open and talking to somebody, you have a bunch of them just receiving. And so your energy can just fluctuate a lot, even by when you're not around people just that are connected to you, or even that you're not even in your life anymore, that used to be connected to you, depending on the state of what those relationships are. But definitely if you have relationships now, so there's cutting cords and resetting cords, and I would really highly recommend that, because that, every cord that you cut and every cord that you reset lifts your life force. So your energy, your creativity, your stamina, your motivation, how you digest, how you process, how you think, how you respond, everything about your life is affected by the cords that are connected to you. And when you cut those cords, and resetting cords is something that should be done every 2 to 3 months with the people that are in your life. But cord cutting is for people, is for relationships or people that are no longer in your life, or you're separating from, you're having to break up from. That really helps to detach from that constant back and forth communication energetically. That's so can be very taxing, and especially if you're connected and courted with people. Any sexual relationship we've had, anybody we've been in love with, any, even people that you've worked with, jobs that you've had, like we're courted energetically to so much. It's the first process that my clients go through when they work with me in my Evolve Now program, and to really get through everything and everybody that um there's a process for deciphering who you need to do this with. Usually takes about a couple months, because but from the very first one, you're feeling different. So I highly suggest, it's like um it's like cleaning out that messy garage kind of thing. All the stuff that needs to go is gone, and it's just so much lighter in your field, like that, but like times a million. And for people in your life and relationships, it improves communication, it improves um intimacy, it improves love flow and all that good stuff. There's literally no negatives, it's all positive. The only bad thing is that it takes time and energy to do it. But that's it, and the process, and every time you do it, it's a little different. You'll have a different experience. So anyway, enough about that. Um, uh, with this other stuff though, when it's talking about, this prosperity, this hard work, and it really paying off, and stuff like that for you, that there is work, like you haven't really like mentioned like what it is you've been working on, but whatever you've been doing is definitely um like whatever you've been focusing your energy on has been very uh beneficial to you on multiple levels, um and that's going to grow and change. Are you waiting to hear back about decisions from somebody, or a go ahead, or contracts, or anything like that?
No, nothing really like that. I mean, I feel like secure, like in my job right now, like which is a good thing. So like having to read the negative side of that, like the insecurity or fear of scarcity, because there
Mm-hmm.
was like a time, especially during the pandemic, where I was like struggling, like I don't know, like how I kept a roof over my head kind of thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
now having, um, you know, a stable, like career, I know like I'm, kicking ass, like I know that I'm doing like well at my job.
Okay,
So yes, while it's
good.
financial security, but it's also self-confidence.
Yeah, yeah. On multiple levels, your work has been very beneficial for you. Like I said, multiple levels. You may have, a raise coming, or a promotion or something like that. Like your your light, your bright star, in your with your work is not going unnoticed. Let's put it that way. It's like people are paying attention and very pleased and with you, and just so yeah, it's just kind of like this is all of where you've been. I think it's like also kind of, talking about the scarcity part. um I'm hearing keep the faith. Was that something you would say to yourself, like keep the faith or something to that effect?
Yeah, it is almost exactly. It's like in
Yeah,
every month when I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna pay this bill. Like the universe
yeah,
somehow always provides
right,
just like
right,
just enough, or
right. Magically, you got what you needed.
yes. Like
Yeah,
I said, for
and
like
keep
a
the
year and a
faith
half.
that like they, yeah, it was kind of like you just kept going, like when you would stress, when you would start like panicking about it, you would go keep the faith. it. That's going to work out. Like, you would talk yourself through it. You would lift yourself up out of that. And it would be like, this is going to be, I'm going to be fine. It's going to be like, you would talk yourself through that. And they're showing me that, like, you were really, you would notice that you would start getting panicky and fearful and, you know, and all of that stuff. And you would be like, oh no, I'm not doing this. And you would take yourself out of it. And they're just saying, like, see, like, look at what you did with that. You made that happen because you weren't letting fear win, basically, is the message here.
Yeah.
You weren't letting fear win. Fear would try to come in and take over, and you would be like, mofo, you don't get to play here. And you would turn it, or you would back them up and slam the door in the face, and you would be like, not here, not here. Here is good. Here is positive. Here's my home. I'm okay. Like, you would just, you know, do that for yourself. And that, you know, it's validation for you now, and validation, or, you know, hopefully inspiration to anybody who watches this, that is a really real thing when you do that, because that is saying, I'm centered and anchored with the light. I'm not out of control and susceptible to the dark. That's
Yeah, because
that's
I
what
was
that's what that is.
yeah, because I was really dark a few years, like say before the pandemic, going through like a really bad breakup and like very depressed. And it took a long time to fight my way out of it. So like when all of this happened in the pandemic, I was especially conscious of like, I absolutely refuse to go back to that place. I will not go
Yep.
down that hole. So
Right.
it was
Right.
a
Right.
struggle,
Right.
and you will have to constantly work at it like
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
day. It's
True.
100%
It
a
is.
very
No, it's
real
easy.
thing.
Becomes where you're at. You know, you just have to keep taking yourself there, taking yourself, doing it like we're. It is a reprogramming that you have to do. Like, when I tell my clients, like, yo, you know, it's not about never having fearful thoughts, or never being doubtful, or never getting anxiety. It's about being aware that that's happening, and intentionally changing the station, going, oh, I'm not running this anymore, I'm going to dance to this song instead of this song, and forcing yourself to change that. And then the more you do it, the more you recognize it, and then, you know, pretty soon you're just like, oh, I don't go there anymore. I don't even go there sometimes. And like, for me, it's rare that I go there. And once I do, I'm like, oh wow, no, this is, you know, I dip back, I get right back out of that pool, you know, because there's nothing for us there. There's nothing for us there. It's illusion of darkness. It's usually about projecting into a future and thinking about stuff going wrong, or, you know, what can happen, and all these, you know, scenarios in our head. And we're just making shit up to get upset about. That's fear for the most part. I mean, unless we're hanging off a cliff or something's really on fire, a lot of our fears is just stories running that freak us out, you know? And
Hmm.
once we go, wait a minute, I'm in charge of the story that I'm living here. Me. Let's just, you know, run off of that, you know, understanding. So anyway, this card is really speaking to a lot of all of that, is your way to, because it could have been, you know, it definitely could have been, if you decided to, you know, just reside there, in that shallow pool of dark stories and illusion. Then those magical things that came together perfectly when you needed them, either you wouldn't have been there to receive them, or they wouldn't have been open to you, because you were like, no, this is bad, nothing's good, da da da. And then, well, if that's the case, then that's the story you need to live, is that, you know, real struggle, you know. And you were like, no, this is the max amount of struggle I want right now. I don't want any more struggle. This is enough. And you got enough to just like keep to be able to have what I call the dance between fear and faith, when you're in, it's usually the earlier stages of spiritual awakening. And the pandemic really brought this on for many people to really kind of, experience life in a very different way. Everybody has their own story to tell with that, but it was this massive collective tool to get us to really define and to understand things for us on many different levels. And so um, this fear and faith dance that a lot of people experience, pandemic or not, in a spiritual awakening, um, trains you, when you do that dance where faith wins, trains you that faith wins. So after so many, goes around, you're like, well, I kind of feel more confident that faith, you know what I mean? Instead of hope, you're just, I'm expecting it. I'm expecting it to, everything to be, as great as it can be, or I'm going to get exactly, I'm not hoping, I'm not wishful. Yeah, I expect that. Like I have, it's just two words: expect miracles. When you expect miracles, you get miracles. It's that simple. The divine works for those who are ready for divine action and intervention and collaboration and unity. That's, you go, yeah, I'm faithful. I'm expecting it. Let's make it happen. They go, great, let's do it. And they come in to do it with you. It's so wonderful. And the more that you experience that, the more you go, wait a minute, there's something really to this. And I think that that's where this is at for you, is just kind of look back and see this arc and see this, like, this dip and this rise that you're on now. And that it's just going to keep kind of, going there for you. Yeah, it's really awesome. Your, the, I guess your ability to tap into that divine light and life force and energy to lift you up is very strong, very, very strong. And it's just going to continue to get stronger as you become more aware of your abilities as an empath, as somebody that has their, psychic abilities, and it has ways that you can connect spiritually. And I don't want to put the cart before the horse or anything here for you, or overwhelm you or anything, but your, yeah, just your way of connecting to that, to the light, and being faithful and all of that is just keep doing that. And really, I'm hearing, I mean, like, kind of write your ticket. What do you want? And again, this course on this program I'm going to be doing is all about, what does your soul want? What do you want? Getting into alignment stuff. So you may want to consider joining us on that. I think that would be really great, because you really can tap in once you kind of refine and define some things for yourself, and tap in energetically, um, to once you decide what it is you want, to really manifest that. And I think you've probably been in a state of, like, I'm just so happy to enjoy this job that I got now, and that I'm good at it, and I like it, and it pays the bills, and I have money, and I'm not stressing anymore. And that's a great place to be, a really great place to be. But there's a whole other level, other than just the regular job stuff. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Do you
No,
have
it
any
does.
questions about any of that?
Yeah, I guess. By the way, thank you. I took from Georgia's. I need to, I think, do a chord reset with my mom on the other side too.
Oh,
So
good. Yeah, do
thank you
that. Yeah,
for that.
yeah,
And
for
then
sure.
I guess my main thing is, like, part of everything that we just discussed is
Mm-hmm.
my sister, like we were talking about, but she's in a very dark, dark place right now. And, like, while
Mm-hmm.
I know that she has her own lessons to learn, and I'm not the one to teach it, that
Mm-hmm.
I still need to help her, and I don't know how. And it's, I just always want to save her. She's my little sister, you know, but
Aw, yeah. Um,
I'm fearful
well,
for
I
her.
mean, gotcha. Um, did it get worse with the pandemic? I know the answer is probably yes with this. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Um, yeah, I mean, all empaths. I mean, everybody had a tough time, but empaths especially, I mean, even the ones of us that are more like not that really feel it in our bodies, but the people who really feel the emotions, but just overall, there was so much fear that was brought up in the pandemic. And for empaths, we tap into the collective. We feel that energy. We feel depression. We can through chords, even if they're not even people in your life, depending on how receptive and open and out of control empath you are, that means that all the doors and windows are open, everything's just coming in. That's how I lived for a long time. And your moods are all over the place, your how you feel energetically can dip and rise, and all of those things just in a normal state of life and being an empath. But when you add the pandemic onto that, and the collective is stress and in fear, and you know what I mean, it's like, oh my god, like I was on a regimen of like, okay, I need to clear myself, deep clearing once a week, before the pandemic. Once the pandemic hit, it was like every other day was like even maybe not enough, because it was so much that was coming through. And what I'm picking up for your sister is that this is the case with her. She's overloaded with negative energy and has some real attachments. I'm even picking up on like maybe even people that live around her that are not even like close to her emotionally, are close to her in proximity, and their energy is influencing her mood and she doesn't even know it. So this could be a neighbor. It feels like it's like an upstairs neighbor, or somebody to the side of her. It could be somebody she knows, but I mean, she may know her neighbor, but you know what I mean? They may not be super, super close. But just generally speaking, she needs to cut cords. She needs to reset cords. She needs to do some real like cleansing energy. She needs some real energy clearing and healing to get herself, her life force to the positive, because she's in the negative zone. So she needs to lift that up, to the positive zone, and then, start tapping into that. Because it's kind of what sucks about this is that the more in the positive, the more in the positive, the more in the positive, the more in the negative, the more in the negative, the more in the negative. They just kind of snowball that way, like we were talking about before with you. You're like, I was there, I could go even deeper, and that's very true. It can always go get worse or get deeper as far as depression, isolation, how you feel physically, any of those things.
yeah.
And she also feels it physically too. Her darkness, her depression and stuff, like her body feels like shit. She's exhausted, her body aches, even her bones hurt.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it. That's exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, even her bones hurt. I'm picking up on her hands being very achy. I used to have all of that hardcore. I don't deal with any of that anymore because I got cleared out. But the pendulum swings both ways, and I talk about this a lot. The more psychically, the more psychic or stronger the psychic abilities you have, the more energetically open, the more you can work and play with energy and be a healer and connect spiritually, which is all great, amazing things. You also have that other side of it, which is you can also pick up on negative things. You can also, very intensely feel dark things and dark emotions, and you know what I'm saying? So when you don't have control of any of this stuff, you literally are in a war, spiritually and energetically without understanding that. And once you're an active player in the game, so to speak, then you're in control of what your body is receiving and processing and managing or whatever on a daily basis. So for your sister, she's got all that going on, for sure. Like you learned more like, okay, I need to cut this off. I need to shield myself. Like you figured that out. Like I can actually do that. Your sister has not. She has
Correct.
not figured that out.
And I think she thrives on the chaos. I think she like
Well,
I feel
yeah.
like
Well,
that's her. I was just there last night and I hit a piece of I had like an obsidian star and I hit it in her
Oh, those are
apartment
awesome.
last night. So
Oh, those are awesome. I've never seen those before. That is so cute.
yeah,
Um,
it absorbs negative energy to help
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
heal her.
It dispels and absorbs. It does both. Yeah, it helps clear the field. No, that's great. Well, here's the thing. When you say she kind of thrives on it, one of the things that is a really hard thing to do is because empaths kind of like we love to help, to give advice, to be there for other people. If they're in chaos and turmoil and whatever, we like to be there to do whatever we can. Like we just go, oh, well, screw whatever I got going on. Let's get and dive into your shit. Like that's just the natural react. And then then you end up having a pile of shit because you're neglecting your stuff, and then you're run down and you can't do yourself, then you get depressed, and then somebody else has an issue, so you go to help them, and this can just be a pattern that you're influenced by the energy. Like I said, it's an out of control, you're just going on autopilot with kind of what your default is as an empath. And she does that because it feels good to help. But if your life force, it may peak at some, you may get like a rush. But if your station is really, if your like natural state of being is low because of history and just the way things are, you're always going to default back to that low, and then you're crashing. And most likely a lot of people are going to disappoint you too, because you kind of, so she may be dealing with some loss, some disappointment because of what she's done for other people and how they disappear. They only come around when they need her, and stuff like that. It's kind of like a very what's the word, common state for empaths. And I think for you to, if you want to help her and she's open to any of this, I would say same thing for her. Have her take the empath quiz. Talk to her about the cord cutting. Like, even like doing the course that I keep calling it a course, the program that I'm going to be doing, any of those things. Like the way to help her is just to give her whatever information comes to you, and yeah, it's up to her whether she's going to do anything with it or not, but that's about as much as you can do, other than working energetically with yourself, guides and guardians, to just send her just a shit ton of love and hope that she just comes out of that and starts to be guided in these ways to help herself. You can do that. That's definitely a thing. That definitely helps. It can't, that doesn't ever go to waste, and it will it will help. There's not a whole lot past that. Like she really needs to understand how her physical body is affected by her energy and her emotions, and how open she is as an empath and all of that stuff. Like that's the truth.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Anything else with any of that, or anything else? Period.
No, don't you gotta let your other cat inside.
Yes, I do. Thank you so much. Okay. Well, I hope that this helped you, gave you some validation of where you're at, and any other questions for you personally?
Um, no, I guess just I just lost one of my dogs a couple weeks ago. So just help me send up an extra little, here's your little paw print. Um,
Aww.
loved her on the other side. So
Yeah, and same thing with, same thing with our animal companions, same with people.
I
We
swear she
can
had a
connect
human
with them.
soul. Yes.
Yeah, and you can connect. You can talk to them, connect. I mean, I do mediumship for people and their pets, and
Oh,
I
you-
that's they're hilarious. They're connecting with animals on either side of the veil is one of my favorite things to do, because of the way that they're so honest. They're so like, this is just what they're very like, there's no boundaries, and it's just all of it and stuff. It's like so funny, like connecting to them. But
I
anyway,
know she is around
um
sometimes. I know because I have two dogs. Well, I have one dog left. So like he's
yeah,
been like she would take care of him. Like she was the boss bitch, you know. So like she ran the
got it,
show. So it's like whenever he's
got it.
going around, like all of a sudden you'll see him just like stop or turn. Like she just went right
Yeah,
in front of him, like she would herd him, around.
right, right.
I'm like, I'm like,
So they're still interacting.
mm-hmm. So
That's amazing. Sometimes I also feel, just as a cheat code, anybody who has crossed over pets, or animal companions, fur kids, however you refer to them. Excuse me. Well, this goes for other beings as well, but definitely with them, just really closing your eyes and um, asking them to come close, and really, something it may make you sad, but really thinking about just being with them when you shared love and cuddled up, or whatever those things are, and asking them to, if you want to feel them, like they'll like come up against you, or they will push their energy in a way on you for you to feel them. Sometimes they'll just do it randomly, in ways, like I had a cat that he would always like bump up against me when I was at the kitchen sink, and do this whole thing with his tail and stuff. Like, he was the only one that would do it just like that. And I still feel him do that. Like, I have a lot of cats, so I'll like look down and be like, is that somebody now, or is that him? Because it feels like a cat that's in a body. It's just like the exact same sensation, with it. It's like the pressure and the movement and everything like that. And so anyway, just a little cheat code there. But yeah, love to you. I know how hard it is. I just went through a big old thing. I haven't talked about it or wrote about it, but I will, when it comes to our losing pets. And I've lost a lot of pets, unfortunately. Why? I guess when you start getting older, they kind of start to but
accumulate.
um yeah, yeah. So when you've been an animal person, and you're getting, you hit 50, you're gonna have a long list, unfortunately.
And you and
But
me, sister, we are together.
yeah, it's tough. And sometimes even just thinking, like, I know for me, it's like, I just kind of, after the initial kind of shock and grief and stuff, I've kind of taken this stance to just kind of out of sight, out of mind, because it hurts to miss them. It's like that never goes away. It's a real void there, because I mean, it's different than people. It just is. It
Mhm.
just is different.
'Cause it's
It's different
pure
than
energy. There's no agenda
exactly.
ever. It's just
Exactly.
that.
Exactly. There's that love that you have with your animals is unlike anything else, and it's so pure, it's so innocent, it's so unconditional, that when you remember those things, it's very emotional. It's very emotional. And I'm a
Mhm,
very emotional person. And if I start thinking about all that, I get, it's like, and it's like, I try not to, but at the same time, it's like, you know, to be able to feel them and connect with them, we need to be able to think about them and feel them in that space. So it's not easy. That's for sure. It's
and she
not
was
easy,
always
but
my anxiety barometer. If I would start to get worked up, like she's acting up, like she starts like barking. I'm like, "Why are you barking? Why are you
yeah,
barking?" She's like barking at me, and I'm like, "Okay, we both have to take it down a notch."
yeah, she would show you you're doing, what's going on with you,
She would feel
right?
everything. She
Yeah.
was the empath, not me. Like my
Yeah.
dog
Well,
was.
our cats and our dogs, they are our little, they're our little, like, four-legged healers. They absorb from us what we are overflow of negative energy or positive energy. They take that on from us. And I mean, I really believe that this is why, there's no, it's like, it's not a coincidence that most empaths have animals, because not only can they feel animals on a separate level, but that they need animals because of what animals do for them energetically. And yeah, it's like they're, just your little angels in fur and four legs or whatever, two wings, however it may be, that really are, they there's no there's no denying that they can make us feel better real quick when we're bummed. Like, I had, like, if I cry, like with my dogs, I don't have either of my dogs anymore, but my dog Honey, if I started crying, she would come up to me and she'd like look at me and she'd be like, like, okay, like, and she'd nudge me like, okay, you gotta stop that, like, oops, that's my thing. I got too excited. Popped right out of my ear. But she would be like, "Oh, you're sad, you're upset. Like, what I got to do to take care of this?" Like, kind of. It
Mhm.
was just so cute. I'd be like, "Okay, I won't cry anymore. I'm gonna be fine." And she would force me to, because it made her so uncomfortable that I was upset. And it's just, because they're so connected to us energetically. Like, you don't even have, like, I remember I would be upset in the room by myself and she would come out of nowhere and be like, what's going on? Because she could feel it, and
Mhm.
there's another testament to energy cords. So anyway, I think that sometimes we tend to, I know that I have done it, where it's like their last weeks or day or whatever, that we tend to get looped into thinking about that. You know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
Instead of thinking about everything that came before that.
Yeah.
And so, if there's a message here for you with this, it's that. It's take yourself out of the most current history with her and go back into before that. Don't let the last days be the only days that we think about when it comes to our pets, and that will help a lot. You know, that will help a lot. I hope it does. I know that you're still
That was the
really
message I needed to hear. Yes.
good. Good. I'm glad, honey. I'm really
All
glad.
right. Thank you so
All right.
much for your time
You're
tonight.
welcome.
You made my
Have a
weekend.
great. Okay, good. I'm so glad, Amy. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Love to
Thank
you.
you. You too.
Okay, bye. I'm gonna turn this off for you too. Let me get in here. Whether you or me get to that first. Hey, everybody. Uh-oh. Let's see what's going on. Oh, she's gone. Okay, cool. Yeah, let me see about letting you my kitty. He's my problem child. One of them, anyway. Let's see. There you are. Cold enough for you? It's raining. It's raining. Are you dry? Yes, you're mostly dry. Do you have food to eat? Okay, good boy. Good boy. He was like, his nose was on the door waiting for me to open the door. He was so ready to come in. But he actually likes being out in the storm. So, hi, everybody. How are we doing? So, Amy, that was so great. Deborah, hi, Deborah. We have Cynthia. Okay, so where are we? Are we at? I can do thumbs up to you too, my dears. Let me just check in here. I haven't been on. Okay, no chat on the Rumble. Nobody. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, so let's do one more. I think we have text here. Little bear sitting with me. Thank you again. Oh, well, you're very welcome again. So glad I could connect with you and bring in that message again, the corn card. Such a beautiful card. Love the energy of this card. Corn is kind of like sunflowers. They just make you happy. You know? That's why I love corn. Corn is, it's very uplifting, corn. Okay, so let's do one more. If we are ready, let's see here. Let's do, okay, Cynthia. Cynthia, would you like a reading? If so, I'm going to ask you to share or invite you to video. Wow, there's still snow out there. Uh-oh. Are you okay? Then he eats so fast he gags on it. Cats. This thing doesn't want to respond, so hold on a second. There we go. And invite to video. Let's see if that works. No? Maybe she's there but not there. I don't know. Okay, the other person here, my dear Deborah. Deborah, would you like a reading? Let's invite you to the stage. Excuse me. Okay, let's do it. If you would like a reading, you can accept and come on stage with me. If not, then I guess we're done here for the night since nobody else is here. And I know Dawn doesn't want one. She's my assistant. She's like, I don't want one. I'm like, I'll pick other people. You big boo. Aw, Dawn. I love you. Okay, maybe not. Maybe Deborah doesn't want one either. Okay. Well, we don't have to do any more. Only for those who are ready or want to do them. It doesn't look like we have any more takers. Look at you laughing. I know. Silly bean. Okay, well, then I guess that's it, guys. This is a pretty short one for tonight, but that's fine. I certainly have work to do. So I guess we're going to say goodbye and good night. Thanks for everybody being here, for Georgia and for Amy. These are going to be pop-ups. Like I said, I have dailies coming Monday through Friday for the rest of the month. I'm going to be on Fireside to do general oracle readings. So I'm not going to be offering readings to people in those daily shows. They're going to be general oracle readings, taking questions about that if people want to ask me about that. And then doing a channel guided astral spirit walk. Like I said, we have a lot going on this month with Pisces season being the end of our astrological year. We're starting the new year with Aries. Is it the 21st or the 22nd? I have to look. Somewhere there. We have our equinox on the 20th, the new moon on the 21st, our galactic portal on 3/23 of 23. So a lot going on we want to get into. And then of course I have my new program, the Soul Quest program, starting on the 3rd of April that I'm super duper excited about. There isn't even information on my website yet, but hopefully you guys are all subscribed to my website or to my Medium, archangelslove.com, to get to everything. Subscribe, follow, so you're aware of when it's released. You can sign up and be part of that journey with us. I'm super, super excited. I'm going to have weekly shows for that program here on Fireside as well. There's a forum included in that and all sorts of good stuff. So super excited about that. So I will see everybody on Monday at our first daily, what is it called? Daily Spirit gatherings, Monday starting at noon. be about an hour long show, maybe a little bit longer, but about an hour long show. If you can't make it to the lives that I'm going to be doing Monday through Friday at noon Pacific, then watch the replays and do as many of those spirit walks as you can, you guys. That'll really help clear and ground your energy. It'd be great for you, Amy, and your sister. I don't know if she's might be into any of that, but you can try that. And I guess that's it, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your Saturday evening or whenever it is that you're watching this, and I will see you all soon. Bye for now, everybody. Oh, if it'll let me like graciously leave. Okay, bye. Oh my god, Fireside's killing me. Okay, there. I think we're yes. No, I can't. Yes, I want to end the show.